The indie comic book publisher Archaven Comics has released Jon Del Arroz's new comic book. It's a sci-fi space marine action thriller called The Emerald Array, and I am here to give it a review. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Go for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell to get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. Also, check out my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com, where you can subscribe. It's a great way to support the channel. All right, so Jon Del Arroz is known for his epic sci-fi and fantasy series. He's done web comics, he's done graphic novels, he's done limited runs on certain comic book stories. And one of the things I like about him is whenever he does a campaign, whether it be a pre-order campaign or a crowdfunding campaign, is that he doesn't make his comics disappear after that. He does not force you to buy it as sort of a collector's edition. If you miss a campaign, you can go to his website and actually buy the comics. And that's one of the reasons I support him. I also talk about when his first Terran Imperium comic book was released, how some thief stole it off my porch whenever my mailman dropped it down. This is when I was still living in California. I contacted JDA because I wanted to review it, and he immediately wrote back and offered to send me a physical copy, no questions asked. I didn't think that was necessary because it wasn't his fault it got stolen off my porch. So I just opted for a digital version of it, and I did eventually get my physical copy. Well, now he has released a new one, and this is from a crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com, which, by the way, I highly recommend you check that out. And so here we have his newest release, The Emerald Array. And as you can see, I decided to go with the Mike Miller variant cover. This was my favorite out of the campaign. But before I get more into that, I wanted to read you my review off my website, and then I'll expand on my thoughts after that. You can find this review on my website, studiojakemedia.substack.com. Just search The Emerald Array if it's not on the front page anymore. Jon Del Arroz brings us a space marine thriller with The Emerald Array. It was written by Jon and illustrated by Matvev Danielovich. It is set in the Terran Imperium along with the spy Isla Ren. Now, Isla Ren is another character. She was in 2 other comics that he released. I have reviews for those as well. The Terran Imperium receives a distress call from the distant agrarian colony of Artek 4, begging for help when they are attacked by demonic aliens called Xenos. Admiral Dacker summons Lieutenant Lansing, the commanding officer of the elite force called Emerald Array, to aid the colonists. Joining the crew of Captain Cullen and xenobiologist Dr. Dolome, they arrive at the colony to find a giant hive ship in orbit and creatures who are seemingly unstoppable. One thing you can count on, JDA delivers. He said he was going to give us a space marine thriller with tough guys, demonic aliens, and feminine ladies with artwork inspired by Jack Kirby. He did, no question. I do wish he had explored where the Xenos came from in a bit more detail, and while some theories were given, I would have liked something more concrete. However, that could be coming in a sequel. Outside of that, the story was thrilling and adventurous. I had a blast watching brave men take on the brutal aliens who are attacking a peaceful group of citizens. The artwork was also fantastic. Danilovich pays homage to the fantastic adventures of Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, giving it a retro feel. I especially liked how the colors popped, whether it be in an action sequence or just a character illustration. If you are looking for an indie comic with a high adrenaline tale and good guys blasting away aliens, grab this one. It is exciting and you are going to enjoy it. And that is absolutely where I stand on the Emerald Array. Credit to Jon Del Arroz. He certainly crafted a really good story here. I really liked it. And I'm going to show you some examples of his artwork, because you can't just say I'm inspired by Jack Kirby and not demonstrate it, right? So I wanted to show you, here is a full page where you get an idea. One thing that I really like about Jack Kirby stuff is they're very colorful, they're very popping. It feels like the action jumps right off the page with his stuff. You can see that here. I mean, look at these colors. It's very, very vivid. It's very, very colorful. It's very lively. It definitely makes you feel like you are part of the action. And especially when they take on these Xenos with their weapons It is a phenomenal thing. Now, I don't want to show you too many pages because I want you to buy it for yourself if you want. I want you to check it out. And yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about this. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And by the way, this is not the only cover. There were several covers. In fact, I highlight one that's different on my article. This one was just my favorite. I'm a big fan of Mike Miller's work, so I was very happy that he did a variant cover for the Emerald Array. Oh, and by the way, this is Ren, and by the way, this is Agent Ren. This is the character I was talking about, who is the main one in the most recent release, which is the Hidden Emperor. I also have that reviewed on my website. So yeah, if you're into sci-fi, indie, action-packed thrillers, this is definitely the direction you want to go. JDA definitely gave us a good time with this, and I look forward. And like I said, I do wish he had expanded on the origins of the Xenos just a little bit more, given us something a bit more concrete, just a little bit more exposition there. But like I said, he could be planning to do that in another release, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if there is a sequel, which I do hope that happens, we will get a more concrete and solidified origin for the Xenos. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a lot of fun to get through, and I look forward to seeing what is next in the Terran Imperium. If you liked that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment, tell what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast, and consider becoming a channel member. The best way to support me is to go to my new website, studiojakemedia.substack.com, where you can subscribe at different tiers, and different tiers unlock different perks, including being able to choose a movie, anime, or TV show for me to review on my website, or even here on this vidcast. So definitely head on over there and sign up. Thank you in advance. On the conveniently titled Buy My Book section of my website, you can also check out my novels. I've got 4 released right now. You can get 1 or all 4. The links are all in that section, including to Amazon. If you pick it up there, or pick all of them up there, leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.